Welcome to the Reemployment Assistance and Career Help Workshop. Today, we will discuss topics that will help you in your reemployment goals. We will provide you with local, state, and national tools that will help guide you by finding the best steps in your employment journey. In today's presentation, we will discuss the following: maximizing Ohio's unemployment insurance work search policy, leveraging Ohio Means Job Center resources and labor market information, virtual work search and the remote workforce, the Good Job Initiative and quality jobs, and social media and social identity.
Let's start by discussing how to make the most of Ohio's unemployment insurance work search policy in order to land the job you really want. Part of staying compliant with the unemployment insurance work search policy is keeping a written record of your work search activities. In addition to being a requirement for unemployment, keeping notes on potential employers is recommended. Let's say you meet Supervisor Joe at a career fair, or you apply at BCD Company and do not hear back from them for a period of time. When the employer reaches out to you, you will be prepared with any notes you took or research you completed on the company. Calling a job seeker and having them request an explanation of your company's operations is one of the most frustrating things that can happen to a supervisor or hiring manager. The unemployment insurance work search policy defines specific activities for claimants. This list shows the work search activities shared with you at your initial RESEA one-on-one appointment. Completing 2 of these activities weekly will meet the requirements. But what about your personal goals? How do you plan to reach these goals? The purpose of work search activities is to secure a good job, one that you can enjoy that pays you the benefits and salary you want. Your work search activities are part of this overall plan, not an additional task. Identify your career goals to help you make the most of your work search activities. Let's be honest, job seeking is a job. Ask yourself these questions. What are your career goals? What occupations are you interested in? Are you an experienced worker or just starting out? Where and how are you going to identify opportunities? Online job searches, networking, social media sites? Now that you've identified your goals, how do you get the job you want? Make effective resumes targeting companies and jobs that interest you. Research companies. Find out as much as you can from reviews, their website, and through your network. Interviewing will be much less stressful if you feel prepared. For unemployment benefits, you will be required to keep a written record of your job searches and provide information for 2 each week. OhioMeansJobs.com has resources available to guide you. One option is OhioMeansJobs.com Occupations. Additional federal resources regarding careers are Career One Stop, My Skills, My Future, and ONET Online. Now that you've identified your career goals, how do you get that job? Do you submit a resume, try networking, or something else? You must find what works best for you, and you must be willing to change your tactics if needed. Take advantage of all available resources. Now let's talk about how to make an impactful resume. You will save time by doing a little upfront work. Study job descriptions for the occupation or occupations you are interested in. You will see the same keywords. What the employer is looking for is commonly shared. If you are not seeking a particular job, have multiple resumes available. If you're an electrical engineer, project manager, or supervisor and are interested in a position in any of those areas, create 3 resumes with keywords that pop for each. These templates will save you time in the long run. It's also very important to have others proofread your resume for you and provide feedback. Remember, your Ohio Means Job Center staff are happy to assist you with work search activities and specifically designing and creating effective resumes. At the bottom of this slide, you can see links to JobScan and OhioMeansJobs.com, where you can see resume templates that will help you as you move forward in your journey to create impactful resumes. Once you establish your goals, identify the work search activities that will support your plan. For example, an updated resume is due by week 4 for unemployment, but you'll need it as soon as possible. During week 1, you could visit your local Ohio Means Job Center. They would be happy to share the latest resume trends and assist you in crafting a resume or proofreading one you already have. Additionally, you may claim your resume as a work search the week you upload it to ohiomeansjobs.com. Other ways you can make an application for work once you have your resume updated are attending job or career fairs, submitting a resume, personal contact, such as walking through the front door or an informal meeting. Make use of your network. When filling out applications, make sure you fill them out completely. If something is not applicable, write NA. Double check your spelling and ensure there are no typos. When filling out applications, you should have your previous employer's information, including address, contact number, supervisor name, and contact information. Provide a short description of your tasks and responsibilities for each position. Have a list of references available, and remember, always get permission from an individual before using them as a reference. Now let's talk about interviewing. Just like Resume Help, the Ohio Means Job Center offers workshops, literature on interviewing, and the resources to print, copy, or update any supporting documentation you may need. Interviewing is for both the employer and the job seeker. The employer is looking at a candidate's qualifications, experience, and personality. The job seeker is interviewing to make sure it's a good fit, determine the working conditions, and identify if the culture and mission statement are actually implemented into the workday. This is a great time to learn more about the company or organization. In addition, interviewing also meets the active search for work and reemployment requirement. The purpose of the resume is to get noticed and get that interview. OhioMeansJobs.com offers interviewing information and activities. At the bottom of the screen, you will see resources for practicing interviewing skills and commonly asked interview questions.
Next, we'll explore the strategies for utilizing resources available at the Ohio Means Job Centers and how to use labor market information, or LMI, to assist with future work searches. Every Ohio Means Job Center has basic services such as job postings, computer access, faxes, phones and copiers, workshops, employment resources, labor market information. These are available to all individuals, including RESEA participants, to start you on the pathway to success. There are also individualized services for Ohio Means Jobs clients. Individualized services are offered to help strengthen any underlying problems that may be interfering with or preventing you from reaching your employment goals. Some examples of individualized services are career counseling, job search and employment planning, education, training services, workshops, skills, work aptitude assessments, referral to partner agencies. Workshops offered by local areas may vary by county. However, some examples of offerings are interviewing, resume writing, OMJ overview, career exploration, labor market information, financial literacy, soft skills, job search, job prep, reemployment success, and social media.
Another important piece of information when determining your career path is labor market information, or LMI. OhioLMI.com features in-demand jobs, hot jobs, and occupational projections. OhioLMI.com has tools for career transitions, including but not limited to negotiating salary and benefits, determining your career path, including continuing education, using labor market information for job seeker services, job development, worker profiling, and on-the-job training, market trends by region, top employers, education, certificates, and skills or experience needed for specific jobs or job families. OhioMeansJobs.com also has breadcrumbs for job seekers to help practice your skills, refine job search skills, and using workforce data tools. There's a wealth of information out there on OhioLMI.com as well as OhioMeansJobs.com. Labor market information is beneficial to job seekers, students planning a career pathway, employers, policymakers, public entities, and researchers, to name a few. LMI is reflective of data collected from surveys, employers, the Census Bureau, mandatory tax records, and other sources to report industry trends, demographics, occupational data, wages, inflation rates, and unemployment rates, amongst additional workforce information. LMI is accessible through the site search on OhioMeansJobs.com by entering LMI and then clicking on the Workforce Data Tools link. Here is the information you can look at once you open the Workforce Data Tools screen. Now, we'll take a more in-depth look at OhioMeansJobs.com and how to use its search functions and resources to maximize your return on work search results. When using OhioMeansJobs.com, there are helpful functions to streamline your work search. For instance, using each of the highlighted areas on the job search page gives you the ability to search for employment specific to your desired occupation and skill set. Job title. Placing a word or words of a job title in this section will pull jobs for you when they are part of the job title on OhioMeansJobs.com. Keywords. Placing a word or words in this section will pull jobs that have them not only in the job title, but also in their job description on OhioMeansJobs.com. Location radius. You can minimize the result to better fit your employment expectations by using a specific city you want to work in or the city you reside in, along with the radius you are willing to commute to work. Once you get your search results in OhioMeansJobs.com, here's how you read them. From left to right of the job title results, it shows you the job title, the company name, location of the job, and action tab. The action tab has 5 functions. These functions allow you to investigate the job and company in depth and even report a suspicious job you may think is fictitious. Clicking on each of the job titles allows you to read the job description as well as apply for the job you choose to proceed. OhioMeansJobs.com also has a filter function, which is shown on the screen. This allows you to refine your search to find everything you want in a job. OhioMeansJobs.com also has advanced searching functions. There are 4 tools that can narrow or quicken job searching in OhioMeansJobs.com. The 4 tools are Match, Filters, Advanced, and Save. Now we will look at the 4 advanced searching functions in depth. Each of these tools have different functions and can ultimately lessen your time in job searching in OhioMeansJobs.com. Our goal is for each of you to job search smarter and not harder to find your perfect job. Match. This tool will search the system and match jobs that fit your resume that you have active on OhioMeansJobs.com. Filters. This tool gives you the ability to refine an additional search after receiving results from the job title and/or keywords to find specific employment expectations, for example, wage and occupations. Advance. This is a multifunction tool that can be used to find openings in specific companies by name, education levels, multiple occupations, and so forth. Save. This tool gives you the ability to save your search credentials after you title it, and the system then generates out emails with job possibilities that match your saved credentials.
In addition to the services we have already discussed, there are some local resource partners that can provide services to individuals. The Ohio Means Job Centers have several other assistance programs that individuals can be referred to. Certain providers may vary from county to county, but your local Ohio Means Job Center can help connect you with the appropriate resources. Let's review a few of these programs and services. The first service we will look at are WIOA benefits. Participants who receive WIOA funds may be eligible for training funds to help update or gain new skills, supply, tools, reimbursement for work such as boots, tools of your trade, or mileage reimbursement, workshops to help prepare for employment such as interviewing or computer literacy, opportunities for apprenticeships, and on-the-job training opportunities. Another resource available is for veterans and eligible dependents of veterans. The local areas provide a variety of resources, including but not limited to assistance with obtaining military records, DD-214s, awards, and decorations. Veteran Services can also provide assistance with transportation and emergency financial assistance, as well as widows, education, and healthcare benefits. Next, we will look at youth providers, such as Youth Build, which is a nationwide program. These programs aid 18 to 24-year-olds with everything from employment resources and services to leadership development and educational certifications. These services can be leveraged by young job seekers as they build their work history, as well as providing upskilling opportunities. Different regions of the state may have additional resources specific to their locations. Please speak with your local Ohio Means Job Center to discover local resources. There are also services available for mature workers. Some of the services provided may vary based on your region, but a few of the programs within these services include paid work experience, providing updated work skills, and services to maintain the independence of a mature worker. Please speak with your local Ohio Means Job Center to discover local resources. Next, we will discuss resources available for Ohioans with disabilities. These bureaus work to partner with Ohioans with disabilities to achieve quality employment, independence, and Social Security determination outcomes. Please visit www.ood.ohio.gov or call 800-686-5145 for more information. Another training resource available for individuals is Aspire. Aspire provides free services including online training to help you obtain a certificate in a high-growth field, GED preparation, or entering GAP training. Like previous programs we've discussed, these are free services available to all to help you achieve your goals and potentially get training you want to further your employment prospects. In addition to having resources for individuals, Ohio Means Job Centers also have resources available to employers and to help connect job seekers and employers. On the screen are just a few resources available to employers. Ohio Means Job Centers often provide a range of additional community resources, including SNAP, Medicaid, child care assistance, and transportation assistance. Please visit the link provided for a full list of resources in your area or reach out to your local Ohio Means Job Center.
Now we will discuss virtual work searches, remote work, and how to handle virtual interviews. We hear every day from employers of every size and industry across nearly every state that they're facing unprecedented challenges trying to find workers to fill open positions. Right now, the latest data shows that we have 9.8 million job openings in the U.S., but only 5.9 million unemployed workers. Studies show that 79% of these job seekers utilized resources or information they found online as part of their employment search. Building good relationships should be your number one priority while looking for a new job. Engage in meaningful conversations with those in your network who can help you find opportunities. Research companies and industries that you're interested in to determine if it's the right employment for you. Look through your existing network for people who work in those industries in which you are applying. And be open to learning a new skill when searching for a new job. While many industries have been affected by the pandemic, do not assume that no one is hiring. Use your time to take online courses to upskill or reskill yourself. Monitor career sites and other platforms for new job postings. Set up email alerts with leading job search platforms and update your resume on job search sites such as Monster and LinkedIn. Create a professional email address dedicated to virtual work search activities to ensure leads and communications are not missed. Virtual interviewing is convenient for employers as it allows for a more efficient interview process, eases scheduling conflicts, saves money, and broadens the candidate pool. Here are some tips to ace an online job interview. Number 1. Put your feet flat on the floor and stay in touch with that sensation. Think of it as the groundwork you must do to sound credible, confident, and relaxed. 2. Make sure your hands are apart and not clasped in your lap. You should bring them up into view to illustrate, clarify, or amplify what you're saying. These gestures will energize you. The interviewer will hear that in your voice, even when they can't see your hands. Finally, always look directly into the camera, not at your computer screen. Remote work itself isn't new. It's just much wider spread now than ever before. Remote jobs now make up 15% of work opportunities in the U.S. 16% of U.S. companies are fully remote, allowing 26% of the U.S. workforce to work remotely. 40% of workers believe that they are more productive while working at home as opposed to working in the office. We have seen a big shift towards remote work, and it's expected to increase to 36.2 million employees working remotely in the United States by 2025. Whether remote work is right for you depends on your working style, career ambitions, and personal life situation. So why is remote work important? Studies show that 32.2% of managers agree that productivity has increased after the 2020 remote work shift. 75% of employees working remotely believe they have a better work-life balance, and 94% report feeling like their work productivity is the same or even higher than before they worked remotely. When employees work from home, their performance increases by at least 22%. Other common benefits cited by employees include reduced stress, reduced absences, improved morale, and fewer sick days. On the other hand, remote work can be isolating for some employees, which can lead to burnout. Research shows 40% of remote workers say that struggling to unplug at the end of the workday is their biggest challenge, while 50% feel lonely at least once per week. Despite this, only 6% of the remote workforce would rather work fully on-site. Now we'll look at questions to ask yourself about making the shift to remote work. How are you motivated? Are you self-motivated, or does it take the buzz of an office and a cheerful smile from a coworker to get you going in the morning? There's no wrong answer here, but it's important to know you can draw on internal motivation to produce results and succeed in a remote environment. How do you get energized during the workday? Do you complete your best work by throwing ideas off colleagues or brainstorming at after-work happy hour? This doesn't mean you won't thrive in remote work, but you should consider how these experiences will change outside the office. Will you feel the same strike of lightning if you're conducting that same brainstorm during an hour-long structured meeting or a quarterly visit to the office? If not, consider whether this is the right option for you. Think about your ideal day at the office. Do you get in early, knock out a few tasks in relative silence, breeze through a few meetings, and grab lunch at your desk while checking off the rest of your to-do list? Or would your ideal day start with a coffee meeting, include lunch with your team, and end with a company trivia session and happy hour? Again, neither answer means you can or can't swing remote work, but the key here is maintaining a happy, healthy work life. If you're happiest and most inspired around colleagues and at company events, consider what you'll be giving up when you go remote. The future of work is becoming more and more remote each day. Remote work isn't for everyone, but for some, it's the way they work best. Next time you're thinking about what working remotely might look like for you or your employee, think through these questions and topics to decide if working away from the office is really the right move for you.
Now, we will look at the Department of Labor's Good Job Initiative and what constitutes a quality job for you. Good jobs are essential for a healthy economy, successful businesses, strong communities, thriving families, and a well-functioning democracy. Some examples of a working definition of a good job can be found on this slide and are broken down into categories of economic stability, economic mobility, equity, respect, and voice. When we look at the Good Job Initiative, personal values are important to consider when applying for positions. So ask yourself, what do you enjoy doing? What do you value? These answers can be helpful indicators about how you'd like to spend your working time. Think over the following questions about your interests, values, and traits. Consider how you might answer them. First, let's start with interest-based questions. How do you envision spending 8 hours a day? What do you enjoy learning about? How do you like to spend your time? Do you enjoy manual labor or mental labor? Do you enjoy working outside or inside? Next, let's look at value-based questions. What are the most important values in your life? What values do you need to consider before accepting a position? What is most important in your life? What are your priorities in life? Where do you find meaning? What change would you like to be a part of? Finally, let's look at trait-based questions. What traits or part of your personality show in your work? What makes you proud? What does success mean to you? What do you want more of? Which of your strengths do you enjoy the most? And which of your skills are you most proud of?
When you're looking for a quality job, reflect on your motivations. Perhaps you want a career that will pay a higher entry-level salary than comparable occupations, or one that promises more flexibility so you can work from home. Think over what you would include in your list and how you'd organize your priorities. Since most careers won't feature everything on your list, think about your priorities. These could include salary, benefits, autonomy, work-life balance, flexibility, and career growth. In addition to your motivations, think about long-term goals. What does your most perfect life look like? Make a list of these long-term goals, both personal and professional, to help you understand how to reach them. Some examples of long-term goals are: do you want to own a house? Do you want to be able to travel? How often and where would you like to travel? When do you want to retire? How much do you need to retire? If you aren't sure where to start, there are numerous assessments you can take online to determine where your interests and strengths align. Above are 2 free assessments to help determine which career field fits you best. One is through ONET and the other is Awado Career Pathfinding. The links are available in the resources at the end of this presentation. Another thing to look at when determining a quality job is the sector that it's in. It's good to research different sectors of the workforce to see what best fits for you. We will now look at the 3 major sectors: private, public, and nonprofit. Learning more about each sector and its respective goals may help you determine where you'd be a strong fit. Private. You will be employed through a privately owned company or corporation, which typically aims to increase growth and revenue. The benefit is greater potential for growth. Public. You'll be employed through a local, state, or federal government, which aims to keep public programs and institutions operating. The benefit is greater potential stability. Nonprofit. You'll be employed through an organization not associated with private or public sectors, which is dedicated to addressing or fulfilling a public need. While it does not aim to make revenue the way private businesses do, it must earn enough to achieve its mission and cover overhead. The benefit is greater potential for meaning.
Finally, we look at how social media profiles and our social identities can affect your work search efforts. Why does social media matter? Think about it. Social media speaks to your character and personality as well as how you present yourself when communicating. When your social media is active, it shows future employers that you are not afraid of visibility, that you can communicate with a diverse group of people and are up to date on current events. 3 out of 4 hiring managers conduct social media searches on you. What will they find? Will you be okay with what they uncover? 92% of organizations utilize social media to hire. Have you tried this method of looking for work? When looking at social media profiles and privacy of posts, remember, it's not as private as you may think. In your social media profiles, you can make most of your contact information and posts available to only family and friends, but be sure to have your basic information viewable to the public. Also, depending on the privacy settings of your friends who have tagged you in their postings, your information may be visible to their friends or the general public. So if you're tagged in someone else's post, they may need to change the privacy settings or remove you from the post. Otherwise, a future employer may see you in the post. Is it something that you want them to see? When posting, keep in mind that everything you post, past and present, should be treated as if a potential employer could see it. If you have previous posts that you do not want an employer to see, delete them and be aware of any future posts. To create the most positive social media profile, avoid pictures and comments that could be controversial or harmful. Also, don't speak negatively of past employers. A potential employer wouldn't want you to talk about them in that way. On your personal social media profiles, Share posts that are pertinent to your career field or desired jobs. Only create and maintain a few profiles. This allows you to update them regularly to ensure your profiles are up to date when submitting applications for work. Be aware of any future posts an employer might see. In addition to social media profiles that you control, there may be profiles out there that you cannot control. What information is out there about you? We recommend you Google yourself in private or incognito mode so your search history does not affect the results. What comes up? If you find it, an employer will too. Remember, 3 out of 4 hiring managers search social media for you. They will also Google you, which is why it is important to know what is out there. There may not be anything you can do to get rid of what comes up, but you can be prepared to address it if a potential employer brings it up. Another good thing to do is have someone you trust that you are not connected with on a specific social media account look for you. What do they find? Now is the time to fix it. You probably already go to a company's website and research them when you are preparing to apply or for an interview. But do you check out their social media as well? There can be a lot of helpful information on their social media accounts. Don't forget to check the comments on their post. If the company responds to others' comments, that can also give you a lot of information about what kind of company they are. Look at blogs, posts, tweets, etc. to see what type of tone and focus the company has. Like a company's social media page. Any updates posted will show up in your feed and help you keep up to date on what they are doing. These items can also give you talking points in your interview. LinkedIn is an employment-focused social media platform that started in 2003. LinkedIn allows you to connect with others in your field to find employment opportunities as well as review articles, blogs, and videos in the Learning Library. In the Learning Library, if you click on the navigation links on the right-hand side, you are able to watch the videos without having to purchase it. This blog post on LinkedIn titled, "Resources to Help You Navigate the Challenges of Today's Job Market," has a variety of helpful videos about all the things you see listed here. A link to this blog is located at the bottom of this slide. Be careful though. There are scams out there. If a potential employer is asking for your credit card number, checking account number, or social security number just to apply for the job, be suspicious. A potential employer wouldn't need this information. Only when you've officially been hired would an employer need your social security number to verify work eligibility and bank information for direct deposit. If something posted on social media seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you see something on social media, look for indicators that the account is verified. Also, check the company website to verify the contact information provided in the job posting.
You are now on your way to successfully finding the perfect job. Thank you for your attention today and best wishes.